Dealing with knee injuries is very, very, very tough. You gotta be a f***ing warrior because it takes time and it takes a certain degree of knowledge because it's not just, the problem just doesn't lie just in the kneecap. It's gotta be something related. It's gotta be something all over the place that might help. I'm not even gonna use the word cure. You're not gonna cure it. You're just gonna feel a little better. And Alex here, who's Bruce Willow editor, he's not only a parkour but movement coach as well. And he's been through hell with his injuries on his knee. Can you tell me about it a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. It hasn't been easy for sure. I've been dealing with this for 4 years. 2 surgeries, one to the medial meniscus and another one to the meniscus again, plus ACL. That also tore in the recovery of the first surgery because the first surgery wasn't as good as it should have been. But anyways, I had a very good phase, also a very bad phase, but now I'm in a more stable phase, which is, as you said, not curing, but adapting to the situation, but above all, strengthening the whole structure.
So what we decided to do, and based on Alex's experience with a lot of physical therapists and a lot of other research that he's been doing, we're gonna do this whole workout for you because I see a lot of people doing exercises or single or isolated exercise for the knee, for strengthening the knee, but how about how to assemble them all in a single session? Because you might not know how to warm up properly, you might not know how to do some finishing moves that can really help you work on other aspects that will strengthen the knee or the movement that requires a lot of knee function. So I think this will be very, very useful for you, and by all means you should always keep in mind that first, if you're in a post-surgery time, or if you're still having so much pain that you can't even walk properly, this is not the right video for you. This is after a while when you're already ready for working out and start strengthening the knee, right?
Absolutely. This is for people who have finished their recovery process post-surgery or are feeling better. There's no apparent problems. This is the perfect workout for that. And as you were saying, it's all about understanding what's going on and assessing and putting together all the variables. Yeah. That will make it so much better for your knee and for your overall performance.
Let's do this.
Let's go, man. Well, I'm a big believer in a proper warm-up before the workout, and I know that Bruce also likes it and does it. So this is one of the best things that you can do for this kind of workout. So you're gonna walk backwards on a treadmill, turned off. Why? You wanna bring blood flow to the area, blood flow to the knee. This is gonna start the healing process more than anything else. By walking backwards, you're gonna do like a lot of effort in the VMO, the inner part, the teardrop muscle of your quad muscle. And this will activate not only that, but the whole structure. If you want to make your life a bit harder, you can get out, like pull out of the treadmill and start going a bit faster. You're gonna feel it burning, but that's really what you're looking for. You're looking for that blood flow coming. If you don't have a treadmill, it's fine. You can just walk on the street, walk on the beach, on a hill, whatever, on a park, up to you.
Now let's take a little bit of the focus off the knee and work and mobilize the hip muscles and activate them as well as your core. You're gonna do 2 supersets of 3 exercises each superset. So the first exercise will be groiners. Here, you gotta place 1 foot in front and you're gonna place it back. 2, 3, until you reach 10 repetitions. From there, you're gonna do 10 dead bugs. A dead bug, you're gonna seal your lower back on the floor, doing really a good activation on your abs. You're gonna extend both legs towards the ceiling and you're gonna bring your toes in front of you. So as if you were gonna bring them to your face, okay? So then you're gonna place both hands pointing to the ceiling, and from this position, very strict, you're gonna open up and come back in. So out and in, always trying to engage the abs and keeping that lumbar region, that lower back lying on the floor. Moving on to a side plank with your elbow right below your shoulders, your legs will be bent, and from here you're gonna go up with your hip and your knee as well. So 1 and 2. So you're gonna work your obliques, but also your glutes. So up and down, up, down. Go as high as possible. Keep this pace for 10 repetitions on the right and then 10 repetitions on the left. Repeat this superset twice. Now that you're very, very warm, you're gonna start by doing the first superset of strengthening work. You're gonna be barefoot because I want you to work on the proprioception or the balance. This is gonna be a balance drill. You're gonna do a one-legged deadlift very slowly, all the way down, touch your toes and come back. You're gonna do 6 to 8 reps on each leg. But then, after a while, if you wanna play a little bit, you can put 2 balls on the floor and you're gonna go down in about 3 to 4 seconds. You're gonna cross your hands, go up, and then once again, you're gonna pick up the other ball, go up, and then place both balls on the floor and up. So without even noticing, you've just done 3 repetitions, so you can repeat this pattern. The other one, a little bit more advanced, is you can go all the way down, both balls, both balls, like I was saying, both balls, pick them up, and come back up. So all of this is readily available. You can have some fun, but remember, this is a superset, so right after this, you're gonna jump onto
the Poliquin Step Up. This was created by Charles Poliquin, a very known strength and conditioning coach for competitive athletes and Olympians as well. And this exercise is very, very good and one of the most important ones because it's going to go straight to the VMO, this muscle on the inside of your quad, which is responsible again for the stability. What you want is, in this case, I'm using 2 plates and a dumbbell, but if you don't have it, you can get like 2 books in front and 3 books behind. What's important is that your heel is lifted at about 45 degrees. Why? This way, you're gonna put everything into the VMO. So what you wanna do is, from this stance here, which already is a little bit out of balance, you're gonna focus and you're gonna go down slowly, fighting gravity. Your opposite heel touches the floor and you go up again, all right? So fighting gravity down, going up. You don't go down and rest there, because if you rest, you're gonna turn off the muscle. You wanna keep it always on. You're looking for time under tension. So again, finding that balance point, fighting gravity down and up again. If you don't have books, or if this situation is very uncomfortable for you, you can always take a step back and do it on the floor. In this case, you're gonna put the whole foot and your opposite heel is gonna go as far as possible, all right? Your butt is not gonna go back, because you're cheating this way. So what you want to do is you're gonna stay centered here and your knee is gonna go over your toes as much as possible and come back. Okay, so for the second superset, we're gonna start with the split squat. This might be an unknown exercise or a weird exercise for you guys to do, but there's no problem. It's a new area, a new moment for discovery, and this is how it goes. So ideally, and there are many levels you can do this, you wanna go into a deeper lunge or a more spread lunge, and what you want to do is you want to cover your calf muscle with your hamstring. So going all the way down, your back is going to be straight, not forward or back, and you want to cover your calf with the hamstring. If this is too hard for you, you can always go back. You can go on a higher surface and basically do the same. So we're going to work on our hip flexion and also on the contraction of all these muscles here in the front. So basically, the back leg is not just there. So you're gonna contract your glutes and your knee is gonna come up away from the floor as you cover your calf with the hamstring. If by any means you need to lift your heel up to get the full calf coverage, it's fine, doesn't matter. With time, you're gonna get used to it and slowly bring the heel down. Okay, as you do the reps, your heel stays on the floor. As this gets easier and easier and you progress, you can take all the platforms, all the adaptations off, and you can do it on the floor. So what you're looking at is something like this. So starting from top, going all the way down. If you need to lift your heel, lift it, it's fine. If not, just stay there. Back leg as further as possible from the floor, as far actually, and come back up. So 1, 2, 1, 2. After this, we go to
leg curls. we're gonna work the hamstrings because they're very important in order to absorb the impact. You wanna be able to jump every once in a while, and when you do, a lot of the tension from the reception of the jump is on the hamstrings. So if you have a ball, a mat ball, or if you don't have a mat ball, you can use a towel, something that will slide on the floor. You're gonna place both your feet on top of the ball or the towel. You're gonna lie down, hip will be up, and then bring the ball to you and extend. Bring the ball to you and extend. Try to extend for as slow a time as possible. Ooh, to really feel the eccentric portion of the movement being worked. And same thing with the towel, just bring it to you and slide back down. And we're gonna go for the third and final superset.
All right, for the last superset, we're gonna start with something that is not usually regularly trained, which is your shins or your tibialis muscles. This muscle is very important, especially when you're, I don't know, going down the stairs or receiving some impact. These are the muscles that are in the front line of receiving impact, all right? Because the impact comes from the ground up, so you better train them. People usually, especially gym bros, don't usually train two things. One is the tibialis, the shins, the other is their face. So while we can't do much about the face, we can still do something about your shins or your tibialis muscles. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lean against the wall and you're gonna get your feet together, put your hands over your knees to lock the leg, and you're gonna go up and down. When you're gonna go down, you don't wanna stop the movement. You're gonna stay in tension, time under tension, remember? So going up and down all the way. When it gets too easy, you can make it a bit harder by going further away from the wall with your feet. So up all the way, down, up all the way, down, until it gets substantially harder, okay? Eventually it's gonna start burning and you can't move much, but this is a good sign, okay? And after that, you go straight to
second exercise, which will be strengthening the hip flexors. So we already stretched the hip flexors with the split squat, but now we want really strengthening. We don't just want range of movement, we want range of movement through tension, like so. Here, you're gonna place yourself on a plank position as if you were gonna do a push-up, and you're gonna bring your knee to your chest, and 2, and 3, and 4. So you're getting it stronger, and obviously as you progress, you can use a thicker rubber band in due time. Do 10 repetitions, then switch, and this will be the conclusion of a great banging knee strengthening workout. So above all else, it's very important for you to know once again that there are 300,000 injuries related to knees. So we are using here sort of a shotgun approach where we go through all stages and all the muscles that are related or intimately related with the knee in order for you to have the best recovery possible. But obviously we don't have the assumption that we know what's wrong with you specifically. So always get treatment with professionals. And if any of these exercises bring you some sort of pain, don't do them. Step ahead and try other stuff. That's very important for you to know first and foremost.
Right, so we did a generalist approach to knees to make everything stronger. It shouldn't be a problem for any situation given that you're coming into this program already in a later phase of your recovery, or if you're already quite well with your knee health. We did a lot of scaling in some of the exercises that need scaling. So if they get too easy then, because after a while it gets easy, doesn't matter. This program can still last for a long time because you know, guess what? You can put some weight on it and make it harder again, so everything will come back.
And remember, don't be selfish. Share this with those who are in need. And click like and subscribe and be Willow.